Okay, so this is the third part in our series, Are Vacation Homes a Good Investment? And for this chapter, chapter 3, we're going to look at reasons not to buy a vacation home. Okay, and obviously whether you can afford a vacation home or not, that's going to be the ultimate determining factor. So in this chapter, we're going to present a series of common circumstances questions about your decision to buy a vacation home, and then you can answer these questions, give yourself a score, and then your final score will help you determine how appropriate a vacation home purchase is for you. So it's kind of a test, if you will, to determine how feasible it is for you to get a vacation home. And once again, this is part 3 of a 15-part series, so be sure to subscribe so you can get all the other videos that we produce. If you've got any questions, just stick them in the comments below. Be sure to like and share this information, and do hit that subscribe button there down at the bottom. And before we proceed, just disclaimer, do not use this video to make a decision. Hire a team of professionals before you make any financial decision. So answer these questions and let's see how you score. The first question is, if you're buying a vacation home for investment purposes. If you answer yes to this question, give yourself 20 points. If you say no, give yourself 0 points. As we outlined in our previous chapters, largely chapter 1, vacation homes are designed to use for vacation. If your primary objective is investment and not for vacation, then you should look at all forms of real estate investment, not just vacation homes, because quite often vacation homes don't provide the best stable types of return. And here you go, here's your ideal little vacation home. So again, just give yourself a score accordingly. Our second question is, do you have to finance or use partners in order to purchase this vacation home? If you answered yes, give yourself 20 points, and no, give yourself 0 points. That gentleman over there is meant to be a greedy banker. And vacation homes, just to reiterate, are luxury items. So if you have to finance one in order to be able to purchase it, you probably can't afford one. If you can easily afford to buy, one in cash, but let's say your CPA or your financial advisor advises you to finance it, that's different. But if the only way you can buy it is by financing it, that's the only way you can afford it, probably not a good decision for you. Question number 3 is, are you depending on the rental income from a vacation home to cover the expenses? When you own a vacation home, a lot of money goes out of it. So answer yes to this question, give yourself 20 points. No, give yourself 0 points. This is the real danger with vacation homes, because often the rent is seasonal, so it changes month to month and even year to year. And so the rents can vary significantly every month. And also the expenses can vary month to month depending on what comes up for that month. So you could quite easily see yourself some months having to pay out of pocket to cover all the expenses for the vacation home. So you need to be very careful whether you choose to rent or not. Okay, question number 4 is, you will rarely use the home. If you answer yes to this, give yourself 10 points. No, 0 points. Now, you can buy a vacation home pretty much anywhere in the world here. And we do see vacation home buyers. Quite often they have every intention of using the home regularly, but then life gets in the way. And the reality is quite often they rarely might end up using them. Some use them regularly, some don't. So you have to look at yourself realistically and determine if you will use the home often. And like I say, you could find yourself using the home just 1 week a year. You could find yourself using it every weekend. You have to be realistic. 5, you don't want to vacation in the same spot year after year, every year. If your answer to this question is yes, give yourself 20 points, no, 0 points. So you might see a beautiful home that you love, but if you're a foreign national, let's say you live in England and you're buying a vacation home, you have to look at yourself like here in Orlando where we're based. Do you really want to go to Orlando every single vacation, year after year after year, coming to Orlando? Some people, they love Orlando. They have no problem doing that. Other people, after they visited the 4th or 5th time, they want to start going to different destinations, maybe not just in the US, but around the world. So that's one question, but you really need to look at that quite carefully. You can always just rent someone else's home if you're not sure. Okay, and question 6 is, you do not want someone else to manage the home. If you answer yes, give yourself 10 points. No, give yourself 0 points. And here you have a homeowner who likes to give a lot of instructions. And as a property manager, we do see some homeowners get very concerned about the management of their home. If you do not rent the home, this is fine. You don't have to be, you can be concerned about how the property is managed. But if you do decide to rent out the home, you're going to have someone manage it for you unless you live right by it. There are too many things to manage in vacation home, too many moving parts. So if you're a controlling owner, owning a vacation home to rent from far, ways away from where you live, is not a good idea. Question 7. You don't understand vacation homes can sometimes result in negative cash flows. If you answer yes, give yourself 10 points. No, 0 points. And here's a gentleman, he owns a vacation home, and at the end of the month found himself with no money in his pockets. So you can buy a vacation home and think you will rent it out, and the cash flow will be positive enough to cover all your expenses and cover all the bills, and maybe even put a little money in your pocket. Generally speaking, we see most vacation homes, they're lucky to break even, maybe get a slight positive, but we do see a lot of vacation homes that can run actually negative every month. So if you're looking for stable long-term, look at long-term rentals. 9. You will have to work extra time to rent the home in order to get it to pay all the overhead. If you answer yes, give yourself 10 points. No, 0 points. What do we mean by this? Well, if you decide that you as the vacation home owner are going to rent your home yourself, you now have a second part-time job. And the downside to this is you will have to work, or at least be on call 24/7 to answer questions, emails, handle deposits, check-in procedures, check-out procedures, and so forth. This is not the purpose of owning a vacation home. The purpose of owning a vacation home is to enjoy it for vacation. If you buy it in this manner, you're now buying it as a second job. So just think of that very carefully before you make a decision. Okay, question number 9. You're looking for stable rental income. If you answer yes, score yourself 20 points. No, score yourself 0 points. And here's a conveyor belt with plenty of cash coming off. Stable rental income is commonly found in investment property, more typically long-term rental property. Vacation homes are often seasonal, as we explained before, in markets with large fluctuations in demand and expenses that vary month to month and year to year. So vacation homes do not typically generate stable monthly rental incomes. Be warned. Question number 10. You do not have a financial cushion to pay for major expenses. If you answer yes to this, give yourself 20 points. No, 0 points. Here's a house. Look, it's been a little beat up. Maybe some damage happened to the home. Maybe a hurricane or something came through town. So at any given time in a vacation home, major expenses can pop up. Pools need resurfacing, pool equipment, roofs, paint, hot water heaters, air conditioner handlers, any one of these expenses can easily be $5,000 to $10,000 or more dollars. So you need to have a financial cushion of at least 10% of your home's value in an escrow account so you can handle major expenses. Question number 11. Monthly HOAs of $400 to $800 a month seem excessive to you. If you answer yes to this, give yourself 15 points. No, give yourself 0 points. And here's the little heartache called the Homeowners Association. So if you're buying a vacation home in a managed community, these communities are going to have homeowner associations, and you're going to have to give them fees to manage the community. So there are a lot of fixed costs in addition, not just the HOAs, but you need to be able to cover these HOA fees comfortably and be realistic about how much they are. So in summary, you should have really ideally scored no more than 40 points in our little quiz. If you have scored more than 40 points, you probably need to just reevaluate and relook at your answers in the questions. The ideal of buyer of a vacation home has plenty of cash, can afford to cover the operating expenses, and it's not going to be a financial burden for them. Unfortunately, we do see a lot of buyers that do have to stretch themselves, and it can add dramatically to the financial stress as a situation and ultimately defeat the purpose of owning a vacation home. Just a side note, you might also be interested that many vacation home managers actually don't own vacation homes. They just rent one. It's a lot easier and more convenient. Thank you for watching our video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, click like, share it. Any questions, stick them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.